Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Popular prophet Israel of Genesis, his name is Israel Ogundikpe, who has been on trial since 2011, was charged with 7 counts of obtaining by stealing, inducing delivery of money by false pretenses, unlawful conversion of property, and forgery. These are the charges. And this really saddens me, especially since this is one of the few prophets, or I don't like calling people men of God. I like calling them pastors or prophets. This is one of the few ones who preaches a good message, or a relatively good. I don't agree with his doctrine, but if you listen to some of his teachings, you'd listen to this, for instance. Before spending 10 million for me, show me how you've established your wife. Show me how you've established your mother. These are messages that are rare from behind pulpits these days, and I feel really bad because I don't know how he got himself into this. I don't know him from anywhere, but if he also wants to speak and give us his side or his version of the events, my platform is available for him. I would like to also hear him out. What went wrong? And if he made a mistake and he's willing to ask for forgiveness, I don't see why we should not listen to him, because he still speaks, he still preaches a good message. So at the end of the day, more than anything else, his message is important. This year is a very rugged year. I would never have believed that someone like this would get into this kind of trouble. And in all fairness, if there are men of God who should get into trouble, it's not him. The real ones are there, and you people, they're just big enough to just fight off the opposition, you know. And it's sad. Someone said, are you paid to talk about him? I'm a broadcaster. What I do is what CNN does. Let me educate you. Unfortunately, you must have been skipping classes and playing truant when intellect was handed out. But I'll still help you by explaining to you, what is my job as a broadcaster? What do you think I've done on the radio for the last 25 years? Is it not report events? Is it not discuss events? Is this not an event? Is it not trending? Is it not on every blog? I don't know how we got ourselves into this. It's like we just don't like to think. And I find that really, really sad. So here's the thing. What really happened? I want to know what the real story is. And I want to hear from his team. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want us to hear from his team, because the other big ones that will do all sorts of things and get away with it and cover it because they know one politician or they know one person high up there in power, I don't believe he should take the fall for what many of them do. So let's also hear from him what exactly is the issue, and if he is wrong and he comes out and admits and say, okay, in this particular instance I was wrong and I am sorry. If Paul, who as Saul did what he did to Stephen in Acts chapter 7 and still went on to preach exactly the same message Stephen preached in Acts chapter 17, I don't understand why we are just looking for scapegoats to just jump and dance on and say, yes, 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 we told you. That's not Christianity. That's not Christianity. I feel really sorry, because I listen to his messages. He's not one of those people that will say, I've heard pastors say that if you give tight money to sick people, the sick person will not recover from that sickness. I've heard these things. He is not one of them. He instead said, instead of dashing me money, dash your wife, build your wife, build your mother. So if we carry him now and throw behind bars, who gets to, what do we listen to? The nonsense we are listening to now? No. He could have sinned. We are all humans and we're all very capable of sinning. However, his message should not be judged by whatever he's done. If he has done wrong, I'm 100% for okay, restitute, I'm sorry, apologize, whatever it is, to whatever he needs to do, he should do. But the moment he's out of it, we need people like him to continue preaching that his message that he's preaching. That message is far from the pulpits in Nigeria. That message that he's preaching is far, and it's not a one-off. Of course, I don't agree with a lot of the things he says, but if I can listen to a preacher and agree with 30 to 40% of what he's saying, I believe we need those kind of preachers, because people listen to him. I've seen him raise offering and then carry the whole offering and give to a woman in the church, that they have seen it in his church. Have you ever seen any of your Pentecostals do that kind of thing? Let's tell ourselves the truth, that they will collect offering for one day and carry the whole offering and give one person who is in need. So let's also think these three things through. Somebody saying we need people, we don't need people like him, we need a generation of enlightened men. That generation is not going to come for the next 20 years. Don't you go to blogs and see how these people that are commenting, don't you see how they think? How do you think you're going to get? It's like saying that you see a Nigeria where every household will have a Ferrari. It's not possible. How? When 105 of us, according to worldpoverty.io, are in extreme poverty? How is it going to happen? So we need the few people who can speak the truth, to speak the truth to power. And this is where they say you should not judge. Have you, okay, because they've not caught you for your own sin. Anybody can make a mistake. Anybody can make can have an error. But does that devalue his message? He as a person could have sinned or could have gone rogue as a human being. But hey, if not that one we won't look forward to. David no suppose write psalm. David no qualify among human beings. Lawrence Anini for qualifying past David to write psalm. If now waiting David do. If I'm not qualified to write psalm. So at the end of the day, it's not about who David is or what he did. It's about, okay, this is his word. This is his message. And let's have that. You guys don't understand the kind of people you have there. People that would call for the first person that can run to the pulpit with $1,000. That's the message behind pulpits these days. If anybody here, God is going to bless you into the next year if you can come with 1 billion naira. Then you now have somebody who is telling you, before you give me this 1 billion naira, give your wife first. Before you give me this 20 million naira, give your mother first. And that's the one we want to put inside prison because of one sin he has committed. At the end of the day, we will lock all our Moses, all our David, we will lock them up. Then we will have all our Judas walking. We will have all our Jezebels. We will have them roaming the streets behind pulpits in political power, because we have judged David for his sin. We have judged, this person is calling me now is worse than all the people we are talking about. You know? So, and another thing is, there's the other angle to this. Some people will say he doesn't preach, he doesn't practice what he preaches. That is also wrong. If he doesn't practice what he preaches, I beg his church members to tell him that, look, that thing he's preaching, that is making sense, he should also practice it. Because the preaching makes sense. If he no come dey follow his own preaching, he dey turn to Pharisee be that too, and Pharisee no good. So I'm available. I'll make my platform available if he wants to come and give us his own side of the story. Not that I'm in any way undermining the power of the judiciary and how far they've gone with the case, but at least he probably has his own story. There are many instances where people are guilty, but they were dragged into a matter unwittingly and unknowingly. I know someone who gave, what's that thing called? In when you stand as a guarantor, and then the person stood as guarantor for jumped with the money, and they now held him, and they gave him a time to pay the money, and he couldn't. You know? So what is his real story? I want to hear from him. If you know him one-on-one, reach out to him. Prophet Israel Oladele, that's his name. Reach out to him. Tell him that Freeze wants to hear him and wants to hear his own side of the story. And if he did wrong, here's my advice to him. Apologize. That's what the blood of Yahushua on the cross of the place of the skull, which we know as Golgotha or Calvary, that is the essence of that blood, forgiveness. Someone said, if the Roman Jesus was your model, first of all, I don't know who no Roman Jesus is. I know Yahushua, who was from Israel. Christ was half human. He wasn't full human. You cannot emulate Christ 100%, but you can emulate Paul. And here's what Paul said with his own words. He said, Second Corinthians chapter 11 verse 18, I robbed other churches by accepting their contribution so I could serve you at no cost. There are many times when Paul admitted his weakness as a human being. Not that Paul outrightly went out to defraud someone or nah. You know, that's a bit someone said Daddy Freeze debate me. I charge $1 million for debates. You've not seen my price list. Go and check. Unless you have a following of 250,000 and above, then I know that okay, you have clout and you want us to discuss. But if I check your follow, you have 1 million naira first. To gamble my followership to come and be discussing with you so you can now grow. You will grow that grow, no worry. But you will pay for it. So bring money. You know? So, no pastor, no human being is perfect. Whoever it was, even if it's your highest geos, I'll still want to hear from them. I'll still personally want to hear, okay, what did you do? What did they say you did? Now defend yourselves, because do you know I'm the Antichrist? So when I see stories in the news, this guy is saying he has the money. Pay the money, no problem. Should I give you my bank account? 101. Sorry, 100. 73. I've forgotten my bank account. Don't take since I call them out. You get money, pay the 1 million inside my bank account. No, do debate. Guys, don't be angry. Somebody wants to pay for debate, so let me give him my bank details. Make this Christmas day come. Make we join pagan and celebrate. Oh, why is my bank slow today when somebody wants to hammer? God, one, Nico by you. 100-131-7326. Zenith Bank, if I die your larinde, Pay and let us debate. Any topic you want to debate, pay. If you pay 900,000 naira, no debate. I will collect 950 from you. I will give you a 5% discount. Anything below 950, no debate. So please, that's my account details for those of you who want to debate. Somebody say my teachings are devilish. Why are you listening to a devilish teacher? The joke is on you. The joke is on you. You come to a devilish teacher and you are there listening. If he cheats on said, I know he's not going to deposit anything. I might be lucky. He might want to take this thing to the next level. Thank you very much. 100-131-7326. 100-131-7326. Let me pin it down. Just in case another person too wants to decide to debate Daddy Freeze. You want to come and debate. You don't fit debate your Jew first. Shame not even catch you. Because you see Daddy Freeze, you have access to Daddy Freeze. You want to come and debate. You have. I want to Google him now, see how many followers he has. Maybe I'll even change the money to 2 million naira for his head now. So back to what I was talking about. Prophet Israel, like every other person, like me, do you know the kind of issues I'm dealing with? I also make mistakes. I thank God. Defrauding people and women are not part of my mistakes. I thank God. And it's not by my power, it's by the glory of God. And I pray that the devil that is listening to me today will not use woman or money to tempt me. However, if you have fallen for any of those two things, it doesn't make you a bad person. David and Solomon all fell for these things. Thank God we're in the new covenant. If we're in the old covenant, someone said just paid in 500k. Nah, fam, my alert is on this phone. Nothing like that. Nothing. You they lie. You get 500k. If you get 500k, 3 people for this comment section go turn to lizard. Say you get 500k as you did like that. Not gamble your next year money where you go take chop from January to December. Can't do debate with Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze will constantly mess you up. Not gamble amu. If you not get, not can't do. If you get, come and they wait for you. No, I'm not even preaching again. I want to see that 500k. I've been an audio. Nigerian human beings. So back to what I was talking about. And please, guys, before we're so quick to judge everybody else except ourselves and our preferred. You see, I've noticed something in Nigeria. The people we hate, nothing good can come out of them. The people we love, nothing bad can come out of them. Somebody says, what if he wins? He has paid me for my debate fee. What's my business whether he wins or loses? You want to do debate with Daddy Freeze. That's what Daddy Freeze charges for debates for people who don't have followers of 100,000 and below. I don't even drop the bar for you. You want to debate with Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze will leave the whole Free Nation work that he's doing and come and sit down with you. And then we still beat you. Okay, you want to win, no problem. You are paying for my time. You're going to need 1 hour or 2 hours of my time, if not more, if I'm going to have to prepare and all that. So pay for it. No alert, they feed, they bond them. If you pay 20,000, all of us go turn lizard now, say. That guy get 20,000. I can just no talk because I did good mood. So back to the prophet Israel. What's his surname again? Let me look for it. Oladele Ogundipe. I think that's his full name. He's been since 2011 in this case. What if he has changed legal system too? Well, case go drag from 2011 till now. Now, wow, make I keep quiet before they carry matter will not be my own. Join Daddy Freeze. So my advice is his team should reach out to me. Let's see what the real story is. I want to hear him out. It's like that Reverend Father that came on my show the other day. What's his name? Reverend Oluoma. If I hear he's in this kind of trouble too, I want to hear him out. I'm lucky enough to have Apostle Suleiman's direct contact. I can reach him and ask him what's going on, what is really happening, if he had this kind of issue. But since I don't know this gentleman on a one-on-one basis, I still believe that he deserves I still believe that he deserves to be heard, you know, and he owes his people an explanation. But hey, that's just my take. So guys, before you jump and judge the way you not jump and judge those ones that you like and prefer, let's hear him out. What is the real story behind his sentencing, and what led to what we have today? So that's as far as I can go on that. If anybody knows him, reach out to him. Where, like I said earlier on, we're all sinners. And if you've been lifted out of sin, it's simply because of the grace of God. I don't want to go into what the newspapers are reporting, because remember, the newspapers report me to as Antichrist. You don't forget. Mumu people too believe, say, Daddy Freeze is the Antichrist. Oh, Daddy Freeze, the Antichrist of the whole world. Meanwhile, now don't forget what they talk about Antichrist. They say Antichrist will control the economy of the world. Let me take you to Revelation 13. The Antichrist will control. See me managing my life in Lekki when I should be in Miami controlling the economy of the whole world. Don't know who Mumuna like this. Were you born this way, or did you become this way? When I read Nigerian people's comments about me, I did laugh. Sometimes I did laugh. This was going to ask me, say, are you all right? I'm like, yeah. So let me read this to you. Let's go to the book of Revelation. Verse 16, Revelation 13, verse 16. The beast required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on their right hand or their forehead, and no one could buy anything or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. He required everyone. How can little Daddy Freeze in Nigeria get everyone to have a mark of him on their forehead? The person that did this thing to you people is not a nice person. No. How can somebody do this to grown-ups like you? Then it says, I want to get you another part in Revelation 13. Revelation 13:13. He did outstanding miracles, even making fire flash down to the earth from the sky while everybody was watching. Oh boy, I can't wait to do those miracles. Oh. Make fire come down from heaven. Then they'll say, Daddy Freeze, here, the Antichrist. I must be much bigger than I think, much bigger than I presume, much bigger than I assume myself to be. So if people can reportedly, can regularly refer to me as the Antichrist, way ordinary Ferrari I no get. You can imagine how the media has been misrepresenting the world, especially our local media. So if he's wrong, he should apologize and he should restitute in whatever way the government says. And if he knows he's not wrong, he should appeal the case. There's still appeal court. He should go as far as he can do to clear his name, and also explain to his fans and to people like us who like his message and believe that he's one of the few people who is preaching a message that is different from what you hear from many pulpits these days. That is what I have to say on that matter. Hate me, love me, it's my take. Sorry guys, Abby. Or what do you guys think? Let me even ask a few, 10 people, what's your take? 10 people, what is your take? Eco Joyce, what's your take? Maybe I'm wrong. Simply Vic, what's your take? Okay, I just want to hear people tell me what they believe we should do in this particular. Joyce Echo's here. Oh yeah, Joyce. Joyce, you're declining. Take about what I said on Prophet Israel Oladele Ogundikwe. This one saying take his 500k back. Well, right and lie, I give you 20k if you can show me your account details with 500k inside. Now, more will take out to that level. Now, if he's found guilty, he should apologize, serve his time. 1 year is something that would go and come. God willing, he'll be out, and I pray he maintains his message. I pray he maintains his message. That message is what's very important to me. The ones that are preaching nonsense, they have not arrested those ones. If the law finds him guilty, is guilty as pronounced. I don't want to go into that. Someone said, without coming on live, how would they show you? They have my DM. They should DM me. I'm here. I'm watching it. I will see it now. Don't worry. No need to fear. I will see it. So, he should apologize if he is guilty. That's what I believe he should do. And serve time. Or appeal the conviction. Also, he should also explain to people who believe in his message. Hello? We have somebody here. Hi, how are you doing? Your internet. This is your internet.
I was following your program since yesterday. I really enjoy it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Like, seriously, I was following it. I really...
Oh man, network is so bad. So Simply Vic, let me invite Simply Vic. Simply Vic, what do you think? What do you think about this particular situation? Simply Vic, maybe Simply Vic is too busy to come up. Oh wow, he's right here. Victor,
no.
How far?
Sorry.
Are you good? Hang on a second. Can you read me, Victor? Victor, can you read me? Is it my network? Guys, can you see me clearly? Guys, can you see me clearly? If you can see me clearly, raise your hands. If you can see me or hear me clearly, let me see you raise your hands. Then I'll know if it's my network or Vic's network. I think this one is Vic's network. So that's as far as we... Okay, you guys can see me clearly. All right, fantastic. So unfortunately, we can't go beyond that. And that is my take. If he's wrong, he should apologize and restitute and do the time. If he's not wrong, if he's innocent, he should appeal. And whether he is right or wrong, I still believe he owes us an explanation. Okay, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. And more than anything else, he owes the world the truth. So he should continue preaching his message, how it is being revealed to him, because we have very few people of his caliber who preach the kind of message he preaches. And that's as far as I can go on that topic.